members. This is Marcia. I have another hour for you of some core work, strength, and stretch. So if you have your own weights or some water bottles, that'll be great. Make sure you have water and a comfortable area where you can move around just a little bit, and hopefully a towel. So we are going to start on all fours, hands and knees. We are going to make sure our hands are under our shoulders and our knees are under our hips. And then on the inhale, lengthen, and exhale. You are going to give yourself a nice rounded back at your own pace, about 4 sets, so 8 total. I want you to concentrate as you come into the cat that you tuck that tailbone under first. Of course, squeezing the glutes is always a must. We want to start rounding that back from the very, very bottom. Once you are done, you come into a neutral. And if you can, turn your fingertips to the back. Let's go ahead and stretch out those forearms, both sides. And if you can only turn your fingers to the side, that is fine too. Now keep your left hand down and bring the right top of your hand gently to the floor. This is a little more of an intense stretch, but at the same time it should feel pretty good. Alrighty, let's do the other one. Keeping that elbow nice and straight. Feel a big stretch here. And then we release. Good. Now go ahead and push your hips back. You can keep your knees under the hips. That is completely fine. We are going to walk our fingers over to the right, but on your fingertips. As you come to the right, I want you to see if you can walk that left hand a little bit more forward. You're going to feel the stretch a little deeper from that left shoulder to the left hip. And then we are slowly and carefully walking those hands back through the center, over to the right. Fingertips, once you settle into that stretch, see if you can reach the right arm forward a little bit, still pushing our hips back, getting a lot of length from the right shoulder to the right hip. And then we come back to the center. And with the palms on the floor, push your hips all the way back. This should feel good. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck. And then we come slowly back up, back on all fours. We are going to just look over that right shoulder to the right foot. Feel the stretch in the outer hip. And then we switch to the other side. And we release. All right, we're going to kneel. So if you like, you can grab a towel, bring your left knee on the towel, and your right foot is going to come in front, but step a little bit forward. We are going to push the left hip, there we go, left hip forward. So I want a little bit more room in the front, so I keep my right knee over my right ankle. So really drop that left hip. You should feel the hip flexor. You should feel a nice quad stretch here too. All right, bring that foot a little bit closer, more into that 90-degree, right hand onto the right thigh, and stretch over towards the right, bringing that left arm overhead. Left hand on the left hip, and then right arm. Length and coming over. Keeping our hips in line, knees in front of the hips. And release. A little bit of a torso twist. Keeping that left hip back. Rotating from the trunk. And then we release. We are going to go into the other side. So that means left foot is front. Again, step forward a whole lot more than we did in those side lateral bends and that last twist. So drop that right hip, keep the chest up. This should feel like a quite intense stretch, hopefully. And then we step back with that left foot, our right arm up, left hand is on the thigh. As we stretch over to the left, I want you to concentrate on keeping that right shoulder back. And then we switch, right hand on the hip, inhale, lengthen through that spine. As you come over to the right, you will have a tendency to kind of push that hip out to the left. Keep yourself stable. Coming back to the center, and then we go into that final twist. Warming up the obliques, warming up the spine. And then we release. Awesome. Let's come back on all fours. No, we are going not do that. We are going to come on our back. I want to work on our abs. I was actually already thinking about our cool down, and we are not there yet. So come on your back. We have a circuit coming up. So watch the moves. Sorry guys, this keeps flying away. Here we go. We have a couple of options here for our unilateral bicycle crunch. The first one, the easiest, is keeping our hands down on the floor, back, and then up with our chest towards our knee. The second one, we are going to come all the way back, and then hands loosely behind the base of the skull. We're going to come all the way up, and then twist. So it's my right elbow coming towards my left knee. The final and most difficult level is keep that left leg off the ground at all times. We come up, we twist, and we lengthen. Now as you come up, as you can see, I am not touching the base of my skull. If you feel you are pulling the elbows forward and putting pressure on your neck, that's the time to either drop that leg or put your hands down on the floor. All right, that was our first one. Our second one in our circuit is bear plank, 4 shoulder touches, keeping the hips nice and still, and then 4 leg raises. Now you can see I'm coming up pretty high, right? You want to feel that in the hamstring, and you want to feel that in the glute. The last one, let me see what that was. Let me see here. Hold on. Yes. Plank. Triangle with the arms. So that means hands are closed up. And then I am touching my hands forward. Really, I want to go for a long reach and no windshield wiper in the butt. All right, gang, let's do this. First, the unilateral bicycle crunch. Here we go. We're going to do 4 total. Hop, twist, and down. Exhale. Remember, you can keep that left foot down on the floor, or you can keep your hands down on the floor. My last one coming up, going for the switch. Here we go. Exhale, twist, release. See if you can do it without touching the fingertips to the base of the skull. I don't want any pressure on that neck. Here we go. Last one. And then we release. Come on over onto the bear plank. Knees up. We go 4, 3, touch the shoulders, 2, and 1, lift the legs, 4, we go 3, and 2, repeat, here we go. We go 4, 3, 2, and 1, we lift, up, and 2, and 4. From here, come immediately into that forearm plank. We have 8 reaches. 8. Pull the belly up. Give me 4, Hips are still. 2 and 1. Knees down, coming back over. We're going to go through that again 2 more times. Here we go. Hop, twist, and release. And release. 2 more. Exhale on the way up. Last one. Up and down, other leg. Go. 4. Up. Hands on the floor are fine next to the hips. You can keep that right foot down. Your workout. Here we go, bear plank. Make sure the knees just come off the floor. Touch 4 times, opposite shoulder. Lift and up. Lift that thigh. Do it again. Here we go. Touch. Stabilize that core. Up and 4. 4 lifts. This is tough. 2. We go 1 more. Forearm plank. Open up the feet a little bit. Open up that platform. That makes it easier. 8. Pull up the quads. 4 more. And 3. Give me 2. Give me 1. Give yourself a little break. A little water, a little towel off, whatever you need. Alrighty. Here we go. Last one, unilateral bicycle. See if you can bring it up even 1 level, right from where we started. So if you started with your hands on the floor, I have 2 more. See if you can bring the hands behind the head and maybe just keep 1 leg on the floor. Here we go. Challenge yourself. I know it's not easy being in the same room with everybody, but we make the best of it, right? Absolutely. Bear plank. Here we go. Curl your toes under. Lift just a couple inches. 4 touches. And I don't want you to race through these. I want you to concentrate on your form. As always, right? Big stickler for form. Here we go. 2 and 1. I can't talk and count at the same time. 2. Last plank. Don't bring your knees down. Open up the feet. Straighten out. Arms long. 4 more. Quads. Glutes. Hamstrings. Last one. Open up in child's pose. Push back. Relax. We're going to stay on our stomach. We are going to work on the other part of the core, which is our back. Alrighty. Feet stay down on the floor. Open the legs a little bit. That makes it a little easier for your low back. We're going to come into a diagonal with the arms. Squeeze the butt. Lift. And then bring your elbows towards your hips. Shoulder blades are active. Here we go. Lift. Shoulders. Elbows. Here we go. Up. Look down at the floor. Make sure your neck stays extended through the spine. Give me 4 more. I want those elbows nicely coming almost towards the ribs. Here we go. 3. And lengthen. Can you squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine? Just a little bit more. Can you bring the bottom of your shoulder blades? Last one. Down towards the hip. Hold it here. Hold here. Squeeze a little more. And we release. Good. Stack the hands. Put your forehead down. We are going to turn out the feet. Toes out, heels together, knees are long, and tap. We have 8. Again, 8, 32 total. 4 sets of 8. We go. My final 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. Squeeze, heels together. Good. Release. Back on all 4s. Give yourself a couple cat-cow stretches if that feels good. Alrighty, we're going to come into a pointer pose. So you can pad a little bit if this is comfortable. I am going to bring my left arm front, thumb is up, right leg is back. First go for length, push your belly up away from the floor. A little bit of a lift, tiny bit, and we bring it down, elbow to knee, we round. We go through that again. Here we go. Lengthen, tiny bit lift, keep your elbow long, your knee long, straight, relax, elbow to knee. Give me one more. Bring it out. Give me spinal length. Give me a little lift. Give me knee to elbow, and then bring your left hand down, and your right leg comes out. Good. Right knee bending. Again, kind of what we did in the bear plank. We lift, we lower, we bring the knee to the chest. We do that again. So I really want you to flex that foot, lift from the thigh, and knee to chest. Give me one more. Hop, and knee to chest. Good. Lengthen that leg, just straight knee to the back. Bring the right knee towards the right elbow, up high. Bring it back and give me one twist. Keep that height. See if you can touch the left arm. And then we bring everything down. We're going for the other side. So that means right arm front, shoulder height, left leg back. Push into that left palm, get a little height. Holding, holding. And then we round. We do it again. Bring it out. A little bit of a lift. I forgot the lift the first time. Here we go. And round. So we're going to do that 2 more times. I do want to get that lift in there. First, length, a little bit of a lift, and then lots of rounding. One more, your best one. Make it long, make it count. Little lift, feel it in the left glute. And elbow to knee, right hand down, left leg long. We're going to bend, we're going to lift, come back into the rounding. Here we go. So lift, keep that thigh lifted, lift it a little bit higher, watch for the arch. Make sure your belly works back towards the spine as we lift here, flex the foot, lift, and knee to chest, left leg out to the back, long. We're going to go for the mountain climber. First, left elbow towards the left armpit, then we lengthen, and then we cross. See if you can touch that right elbow, and release. Come into a child's pose. I am very, very warm today. Don't know why, just the way I am. So I sweat very easily. That is okay. We are going to stay on the mat for chest and for triceps. So bear with me. You can do this on your knees, completely fine. You might have a little more depth if you do that. The first one, we're going to do it in sets of 4 again. So for your chest push-ups, make sure that your hands are wider than your shoulders. You're going to give me 1, and then you walk over to the right, 2, hop, come back to center, right, 3, then we walk over to the left for 4. For your tricep push-ups, I cannot emphasize it enough that your hands need to be under your shoulders, your elbows to the back, right? So it's grazing the rib cage, and then we come up 4 of those. And we do, again, we're going to go into the circuit. So we do 3. You're going to go at your own pace, and I will cue you through it. Here we go. Open up your feet a little bit, right? Widen that foundation. Open up your hands. We're going for our first push-up. Lift, left hand comes in, right hand comes out, and we lower and we lift. Right hand in, left hand out. For number 3, up. Right hand in, left out. This is our final. Bring it up. Come back to the center. Bring your knees down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Right? Lift up your feet. Give me 4 tricep push-ups. Of course, you can do this on your feet as well. Your choice. Up. We're going to come back into our chest. So, hands open, feet open up. We go 1 push-up. Left hand in, right out. For our second, coming up. Right in, left out. Our third, up, open. Our final one, coming in, knees down, hands under shoulders, lifting up the feet. Give me 4, lift. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. 2 more. Last one, lift. You guys keep going, get ready for your final set. Open up the hands, 1 chest push-up. Walking the left hand towards the right, opening up. We're going to go for that second push-up. Right hand in, left hand out. Our third. And our final one, right hand, left hand opens. Elbows to the side for the chest. Now we're going to come into the tricep, right? A little bit more of a diagonal if you're on your knees for 4. Lift. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Last one, and then push everything back. Give your upper body a little bit of a stretch, your arms, and then slowly and carefully, we're going to come up to standing. Drink a little bit of water. We're going to come into squats. So, grab 2 weights. Alrighty. We are going to bring our feet a little wider than hip width, toes slightly turned out. I'm mirroring you. Your right arm comes in, your left arm stays out. Here we go, 4 squats. Give me 4. Hop. Inhale. Stay with your weight on your heels. 3. Coming up. Here we go. 4. Hop. Release the arms. Give me 8. Upright row. Exhale. Knees are soft. Give me 4. And the shoulder blades, right, like we did the back on our stomach. Shoulder blades down towards the hips. Last one. Hold. Bend the left arm, right arm out. Give me 4. Stabilize the body. 3. Hop. 2. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Last one. Bring it up. Release. We go 8. Elbows nicely out to the side. Right? Low back is nice and tight. Little bit of a tuck, 2 more, not too much. Don't tuck that tailbone under too much. We go again. Here we go. 4, 3. Push the hips back. 2. Last one. Release. Give me 8. Good. Give me 6. 4 more. You should start feeling it in the arms. 2. Last one. Right arm out, left arm up. Here we go. 4. Keep distributing your weight between the feet. 2 more. Last one. Hop. Release. Good. A little bit more narrow in the feet. A little bit of a hinge. Give me 8 narrow rows. Give me 6. Belly is tight. Give me 4. Looking well. Far ahead of our toes. In front. Last one. Up. Sometimes I can't find the words. Hold it here. Good. Little pulses. 8. Give me 6. Give me 4. 3. Up and hold. Our final hold. See if you can wiggle your fingers. We release. We towel off if you need to. Grab a little bit of water. All right. We are going to continue with our arms. The whole key to the next one is I want your elbows in line with your shoulders. You are not going to drop. Again, we have a circuit, which means 3 sets of 3, picking up the weights. That first one, we are going to start football post, right? Palms to the front. As you come to the center, elbows together, palms together. 4 of those. The second one, I am dropping the forearms, but keeping, right, my elbows slightly in front of my shoulders. The final set, right here, bring your palms to the center, right, lifting. Here we go. All right, shake out the shoulders. Pick weights that are doable for you. I want you to keep your form. I don't want you to start arching, pushing that belly out. No, that's not what we're going to do. All right, opening, and then close and open. Keep the elbows lifted. Give me 2. Last one, keep it open. Keep the elbows lifted. Forearm parallel to the floor. 2. Now, as you drop those hands, you're going to feel a little bit of a pull in that low back, right? Use your core to not arch. Here we go. And we're going to lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. We relax everything. Roll out the shoulders. Our second one. Here we go. Keep the strength up in that core. We go close and open. Close and open. 2 more. 2. Last one. Open. Drop the forearms down. And lift. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit. Give me 2 more. Last one. The second one, let's switch it up a little bit. I want those pinkies to the center. We go up, 2, and 4, and we release. We have 1 more set. Wiggle, wiggle, whatever you need to do. Here we go. Close it up and open. Remember, your effort is as you bring those arms to the center. That is your exhale. Last one, keep it up. Here we go. Drop, lift, and lift. Watch that low back. Keep your knees soft. Last one, up. Palms to the center, to you. Up. Not to the center, to you, to the back. 3, 4. We release. I want you to keep those weights close to you. We're going to stretch a little bit. So arms behind you, clasp. Your arms are behind you. That does not mean your booty sticks out. Tuck it under. All I'm doing is gently lifting the arms away from my tailbone, away from my hips. And we release. Good. Stretching. Hook that wrist behind the wrist. Keep the arm that stretches nice and long. And then we switch. So just come across and keep the arm that stretches, that shoulder should come back. Excellent. Alrighty. We're going to come into a very low plie squat. So that means lots of room between your heels, between your feet. Don't overturn out in the toes. Your hips are going to stay low. We're going to 8 lateral crunches. And I'm going side to side. I am keeping my shoulders to the back. 2 more. Don't come up. With care. Reach for those weights. Here we go. Turn the toes to the front. We're going to alternate up, top halves. Here we go. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Bottom halves. 8. So watch that opposite arm, right? That only lifts up halfway. That forearm needs to be parallel to the floor. 2, full range. Give me up. Elbow under shoulders. Whole body is nice and still. Just the arms are swinging. 2 and 1. We're going diagonal. Up. Now you do see my elbow stays under my shoulder, and I'm not pinching my waist. 4, 3, 2, let's go again. For top half. Up. Forearm parallel. 6, give me 2. More, bottom halves. Up. All the way down, halfway up. Give me 4. Fingers are loose. 2 and 1. Now full range. I know that is difficult to keep it halfway up. You're going to have a tendency to want to swing up and down. 2 and last 1 for the diagonal. We have 1 more coming up. 4. Give me 4 more. Biceps should feel it. Here we go. Top half. 8. Give me 4, top part of the biceps, 2, bottom halves. We go down. Bottom part of the biceps, 4. Give me 4 more, 3, 2. Now full range. Bring it all the way up and down. Right? That upper arm should stay fairly still. 3. Core is working. Just because I cannot see it, yeah, I am still really tightening up on the inside. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Open up the feet again. Gently drop the weights. You can hold on to the thighs. Coming back into the crunch. Here we go. Up. Give me 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hands on the thighs. Now straighten out those feet, right? Parallel. See if you can come down to the floor. If you need to bend your knees, that is totally fine. I just want to stretch you out a little bit. So we're going to walk the hands forward, pushing our hips back. You should feel a nice stretch through the hamstring. Belly is still up. Hands under the shoulders. Keep your left hand under the shoulder. Right arm comes up for a little twist. Arm extends right in line with that shoulder. Right hand is down. Coming to the other side. The easiest way to do this, to make sure that arm is not swung behind your shoulder, touch your shoulder first and then extend your arm. Here we go. Good. Walk the hands back. Maybe they can come a little bit behind the feet. You're going to intensify that stretch into that hamstring. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Your hands are coming back down under the shoulders. Left hand stays. Now touch the right shoulder with your right hand. Just open up, don't extend that arm. Release that arm and bring it behind your back. See if you can touch the left hip, top of the left hip with your left hand, right? Now press into the back of your hand. The hand presses into the hip, and then you have a little bit more room to open up that right side of your chest towards the ceiling. And we release. We're going to come into the other side. So right hand stays. First, touch your left shoulder, then lift the left side of your chest up. Stay where you are. Here we go. Then release that arm, bring it behind you. Maybe you can touch the left hip. If not, just bring the back of your hand wherever it falls on your low back or your hip or your butt. Here we go. Last one, handstand. Now walk your feet in a little bit. Bend your knees. Bring your hands on your shins, top of your shins. Now straighten the legs and lengthen that back. Nice long back. Bend the knees just a little bit. Squeeze your glutes. Let your hands go and roll up slowly. One vertebrae at a time. Your head comes up last. Excellent. Grab a towel, grab water, whatever you need to do. We're going to come into our lunges. Alrighty. So, for our lunges, we don't need weights. I'm going to give you two options. I am going to step back. So I'm mirroring you again. Your right leg stays, your left leg stays back. Remember, we have talked about this. Open up the feet hip width. The wider your foundation, the better it is. So you're going to come into a lunge. Knee stays over that ankle. You can come into your twist like we did in the beginning, that kneeling here. If you can do more, you can put your right hand down and you can bring the left arm up. Or somewhere in the middle, if you want to bring that right knee down and come into your twist. We're going to keep alternating. So all you're going to do is step your leg out to the back. We're going to start with our left leg back. Come down, come low into your lunge before you do anything else. Your lowest lunge. Now you can either twist, you can put your hand down for the twist, or you can put your knee down. Good. And when you come up, hold on to the left thigh, not your left knee, and then step in, and then the right foot comes back. Deep lunge. Settle into that lunge. Feel the opening. You can either turn with the arms extended. You can come down. You can bring the knee down. We're going to do 8 total. So you're going to keep moving through this. Nice and steady. We are not going for a lot of it's not how fast you can go, right? You should know my classes by now, either in person or like we have been doing. Coming down, and you can switch it up. You know, you can do the twist, and then bring your hand down, and then come in. All good. All right, finish up what you need to finish up. I'm going to use my cheat sheet, 8 total, 4 on each side. Keep breathing through it. All right, we have a few more minutes, and I do want to spend quite a bit of time for our stretch. So, whenever you are ready, you're going to come down. We're not ready to stretch yet. So, sorry about that. But I do want to concentrate on our shoulders a little bit, even though some of that arm, you should have felt the shoulders. All right. Come into a plank. We're going to come into a side plank. Again, we have lots of options, right? I can absolutely come into my side plank with one knee down. What I want to focus on is not dropping the hip. I want to keep it up. Now, your second choice is you're scissoring the legs. Your top leg comes front, the back leg to the back, or you can stack the feet, lifting up here. Now, my top arm is going, the hand is going to go for that elbow. I don't want those hips to drop, okay? I want that top hip up towards the ceiling. You are rotating through those obliques, through the waist. Here we go. We're going to do 4 on each side. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter which arm. Here we go. We go 4 and reach. Keep that hip up. 3. Oh yeah, feel the oblique of the side that faces the floor. Now, you are going to thread the needle for the second round. Right here. Keep going. I don't want my back towards you, so I'm here, right, with my face to you and not the back. I would like your hand flat on the floor. No fist. Here we go. And we do it again. So the first side, it's up. And we go 4 at your own pace. And 3. Give me 2. Give me 1. You can thread the needle. I'm going to swing my legs around. Here we go for that other side. Lifting up nice and high. I would love to see a little C shape in that body. Right? We might as well aim for the best. Last one and up, and then we are going to release. Good. We're going to do another plank. All right? Those shoulders should really work in those final exercises. Hands under the shoulders. I want you on your feet if that is possible. Open up the feet a little bit. Remember, that is more stability, a little bit easier for your balance. What we are going to do is we are going to shift our weight slightly to the front. I'm coming up on my toes and then back. Here we go. Let's do it. Give me 4 and 3. Feel that abdominal wall pulling. Feel the shoulders working. Last 1. Now from here, lift your hips. And then shift your weight towards your heels. You're going to feel a nice stretch in the calves. Holding, holding. Coming back into my plank. Here we go again. Give me 4. Right? Ideally, the hips are a little bit below my shoulders. I have a nice long line from the crown all the way down to my feet. That was my last one. Lift the hips up. Maybe you have a little bit more room. All right, let's challenge ourselves a little bit more. My left hand is going to reach back towards my right ankle, my shin, wherever. And we do that 4 times total. We alternate. So again, good stretch. In the back of the legs, into the low back. We're going for our final one. Come into the plank, pull up your belly. We go 4. Here we go. Good. 2 more. You should start feeling the shoulders pretty nicely now. Deltoids. Come back into your down dog. Lift your hips. Push your heels down. Maybe even more depth than you had. Here we go. Touch 4. Give me 3. Last 2. And 1. Coming down on our knees. You can push your hips back if that feels good, if you need a little stretch. That's awesome. All right, everyone. Let's come into our bridge. So, I would like to see your feet come close towards the hips here. So we're lying down and just bring the heels close. Hands are down for the first one, head is down, squeeze your butt, push up through the heels, lifting those hips. Our feet are closer to our butt, so we are going to feel a little stretch into those quads, the front of our legs, upper legs. Holding it here. And we release. Good. Walk your feet just slightly out to the front. We're going to go through the same thing again. Lifting up. Now if you want more height, you can clasp your hands under your low back. You can squeeze your shoulder blades together. Climb up on those triceps and lift your hips a little bit more. Just a little. Breathe through. Nice stretch right into the arms, into the chest. Release the arms. Shoulder blades down. Hips down. Final one. Keeping the legs where they are. Lifting up. Keeping the hands. We're going to lift one leg up. Extend. Bend. And down. Now as I lift my leg, the opposite heel and that hip do not drop, right? So if I lift my right leg, my left glute and my hamstring are doing the work. Here we go. Lift, lengthen, bend. Two more. Here we go. We are going to stretch that back out. No worries. You know I'm big on stretching. It's coming up after this. Last one. And lift. Bend. Put it down. Lower the hips. Bring your knees to your chest. So even here, if you tuck your tailbone under a little bit, it's going to feel better. Go ahead and rock from side to side with your hips. I'm going to come up. If you need water, this is the time to do it before our stretch. Plus, I need some music. You can circle the knees from side to side, whatever feels good right now. You can open up the feet to the edges of the mat and windshield wiper your knees from side to side, opening up those hips. All right. Alrighty, everyone. We are going to lengthen the left leg. First, bring your right knee towards your chest. Keep making contact with that low back into the floor. Right hand under the right knee, bringing that right knee towards our right shoulder. A little more hip opening. If you have a towel or a band or a tie to bring behind that right foot, if not, you can do a one-legged happy baby. So we're opening up that right hip. Just breathe through this. The elbow should be on the inside of your right knee. Good. Bring the knee back towards the chest. With your left hand, guide that right knee across your body. The right foot can touch the floor. And then all you have to do on every exhale, see if you can bring that right knee a little closer to the floor, keeping the right shoulder down on the mat. Good. Let's go to the other side. So that means my left knee towards my chest. Left knee towards my left shoulder. Left hand comes on the outside of that left foot. Open up the left knee. Bring that thigh a little bit closer to the floor. And then we switch. Right hand brings that left knee across. Left foot comes to the floor. Nice little twist. Good. Both knees to the center. Open up your arms to a T. Bring your knees to the left and your gaze over the right shoulder. Now, just look straight up towards the ceiling. I'm going to grab my right top of the shin with my left hand. I'm going to bring my right knee towards my left shoulder and then tuck that tailbone under. We have talked about this in class. Your QL muscle comes from the top of your right hip to the bottom of your right rib cage. Sometimes you feel a tightness in your back. This is actually the most inner layer of your abdominal wall. So what you want to do is tuck that tailbone under a little bit. It takes a while to find it, but it seldomly gets stretched. So let's try it, right? We're going to go straight into the other side. So arms are open. I'm going to bring my knees to the right and my gaze over my left shoulder. And then my right hand grabs below the right knee, the left knee. I'm bringing that knee up and tucking the tailbone under. It's a very short muscle, the quadratus lumborum, and it is kind of a forgotten, little muscle, but it can really act up. And again, it takes a while to kind of find that right spot, but play with it. Alrighty. We are going to bring our feet straight out, our arms out to the side. I'm going to show it to you with my feet to you. We have done this. Just because you see that my torso is not going to move a lot, I am going to just walk my legs over to one side. So if I walk over to the left, I feel the stretch on the outside of my right hip, and I really need to flex my feet to feel this. And then I walk through the center, over to the other side. If you don't feel it, flex your feet a little bit more, or bring your legs up a little more to the outside. And then we release. Good. Come on over. Come on into a child's pose. Kind of going back a little bit to the beginning with a little modification. I am walking my hands over to the right, stacking my left hand on my right, and I'm pushing that left hip back. Lateral stretch here. Come back to the center. Lift up that left arm and then bring it under the right. We're threading the needle here. So see if the left side of your face can come down on the floor. And then I'm going to lift up my right arm and do as we did in the beginning. Bring it across the low back. The back of my right hand pushes into the hip, into the low back, so I can open up the right side of my chest just a little bit more. And then we release, slowly bring it down. We're going to go to the other side, so walk your hands over to the left. My right hand stacks on top of my left. I'm hip towards my right heel. Breathe into these stretches in and out through the nose. Arms coming overhead. I am lifting up the right arm, threading the needle under the left. Just hang out there for a couple breaths before you lift up that left arm. Maybe you can bring it around, across the hip, opening up through the left side of your chest. And then we release. Come back on your back. Let's get our hamstrings going a little bit. Our T-band. So if we need a strap or a towel, let's go do that. Flexing the foot, right leg is up. My tailbone is still on the floor. And then point your feet. You're going to feel the stretch a little bit more in the front, into the quad. And then just relax your foot. Bring the right leg across. Open up the right arm to the side. We're back in that T. Right shoulder is on the mat. We are twisting, so our breath is a little more shallow into that sternum, into the chest. Come back and bend the left knee. Bring that right ankle on top of the left knee. Flex the foot and gently press into that right inner thigh so you open up the right hip. We release. Let's do the other side. It doesn't really matter what you do with that right leg. You can bend it if that is more comfortable for you. If you want to lengthen it on the floor, it's all good as long as you feel the back of your legs. So we go from a flex to a point. Lots of breathing into the back of the legs here, keeping our mouth closed. And then we grab that left leg or the left foot. Whatever you can grab is fine. We come across. See if you can relax your facial muscles a little bit here. Let's get rid of the tension around our eyes, our forehead, our jaws. We relax. Bring that left ankle on top of the right knee, flexing our toes, gently press. Keeping both hips on the floor. And then let's stay where we are. Open our feet to the edges of the mat. I want you to just bring your knees towards the center. I want you to stay there. Close your eyes. Let's just do a couple minutes of relaxation. If you want, you can bring both hands on your low belly. And then all I want you to do is count. All right, so on the inhale, that's number 1. On the exhale, number 2. And feel what that belly, what the muscle is doing, right? It rises on the inhale, and then it lowers itself back down to the floor on the exhale. You count up from 1 to 10, and then down from 10 to 1. And just do a few cycles of that. See if you can concentrate just on the counting, leaving any other thoughts behind you, out the door. Doesn't serve you right now. Just breathe and count. And then you can slowly just open your eyes. Maybe you want to stretch out your body, legs long, arms overhead. And then at your own time, you can come up or you can stay down, you can be seated. Thank you so much for joining me.